Hello everyone, my name is Julia and this is my graduate research project for the MGT6220 Managing the Global Workforce class at Amberton University with Dr. Diane Sanchez. Graduate Research Project Overview: Introduction, Hypothesis, Methodology, Company Introduction, Deloitte's History, Background, and International Operations, Contemporary research findings regarding global mobility programs and recommendations regarding international assignments tailored to the company, country, and cultural context, Japanese corporate culture and application of Hofstede's cultural dimensions to Japan, and application to the global mobility training program, conclusion, and references. Introduction. This research project will focus on designing an effective global mobility program for a tax manager at Deloitte transferring from the US to Japan, highlighting overall goals and organizational objectives related to the same, emphasizing challenges typically associated with international assignments, and consider effective strategies regarding designing a systematically structured global mobility program, beginning with the methodical identification, selection, and preparation of the expatriate, creation of effective HR policies and procedures that are aligned with and directly and strategically support the employee and his family during the assignment, as well as creating a comprehensive repatriation program, while at the same time tailoring the program to fit the cultural aspects and nuances of the global context to optimize effectiveness and efficiency for all stakeholders. Hypothesis. A global mobility program is a strategic and systematic organizational element that should be internally aligned and designed in a deliberate and purposeful manner, encompassing the careful and methodical selection of the expatriate, designing a comprehensive preparatory pre-departure training program, as well as extensive repatriation protocol in a framework of proactive, supportive, and strategic HR policies and programs that consider applicable cultural aspects and nuances to optimize the effectiveness of this strategic tool and to maximize organizational success. The methodology used in this research project includes a wide-ranging literature analysis, including peer-reviewed journals, research articles, websites, and books, as well as quantitative and qualitative aspects found therein. The topic and research of this presentation will focus on the subject matter of global mobility programs, the various stages related to the same, expatriate experiences and needs, as well as the strategic importance of global mobility programs and the overall deliberate and systematic design of each phase to achieve defined organizational objectives. Deloitte was founded in 1845 by William Welsh Deloitte as a small accountancy firm and has grown substantially over the last 179 years to a global market leader with over 450,000 employees. Today, Deloitte can be found in over 150 different countries and 6 continents. Deloitte was also Japan's first nationwide audit firm, founded in 1968, and is called Deloitte Tomatsu Group. Deloitte specializes in audit and assurance services, business and tax consulting, as well as financial, risk, and legal advisory services, and designs expert custom solutions for a wide variety of organizational needs with the overarching objective of maximizing efficiency and cost optimization by harnessing the power of expertise and integrating cutting-edge technology in all of their services. Our expatriate family consists of Andrew Smith, 45. He's a tax manager at Deloitte in Miami, Florida. He's been with the organization for 7 years, and this is his first international assignment, and he has never been to Japan before. His wife, Angela, is 47 and is a self-employed financial planner, and they have 2 small children, Aaron, who is 10, and Ava, who is 3. Global mobility programs can be defined as strategic organizational initiatives that include assigning carefully selected employees to an international location of the company for a specific amount of time and assigning a systematic plan related to the overall purpose of attaining certain revenue objectives, profit targets, economic ambitions, and business goals, and ensuring success for all stakeholders involved. The purpose of global mobility programs. International assignments of employees are deliberately and strategically used for a variety of reasons, including increasing international presence, expansions, the speedy application and execution of policies and procedures to ensure effectiveness of the same. Moreover, expatriates are tasked to further organizational objectives and goals, including the streamlining and advancement of knowledge related to the overall motive of increasing expertise and competence, and thereby advancing the company within its market niche and optimizing competitiveness. It is a tactic to increase the organizational bond between headquarters and subsidiaries, integrate their knowledge base for overall enhanced efficiency, as well as gain additional knowledge about international markets and potential opportunities therein, as well as to achieve a standardization and unification of organizational processes and policies to encourage efficiency, cost savings, and success. More specifically, international assignments serve the transfer of knowledge, especially so-called tacit knowledge, which can be described as acumen and expertise related to a deep understanding, comprehension, and perception of connections and relationships, and that directly contributes to the competitiveness of the company, and is not acquired through formal training sessions, but rather through social interaction with coworkers. It accounts for approximately 90% of organizational knowledge. The goal is to convert tacit knowledge into formalized and transmittable knowledge that can be systematically used to develop competence. It is recommended to create HR policies, procedures, and programs that encourage open and informal communication and support collaboration, exchange of knowledge, such as mentoring initiatives and social events. Again, focusing on knowledge exchange, international assignments are a strategic tool that organizations can apply to enhance knowledge in both home and host country locations, and the phenomenon of the associated knowledge transfer and information sharing can aid in the solving of various organizational issues, strengthen the progression of the overall mission, and thereby enhance the corporate position and increase business opportunities. Learning and intellectual growth, as well as knowledge dissemination and informational exchange, can increase business acumen regarding global markets and enhance understanding of international consumers and market awareness. This knowledge can enable the formulation of new and improved business strategies to expand in the global market, gain new customers, increase market share, and enhance competitiveness. The expatriate is tasked to transfer knowledge and expertise to the subsidiary and increase efficiency and quality of workflow, guide, develop, and encourage skill building in local employees and managers, as well as influence and integrate HQ policies and protocols into the subsidiary's operations. This will increase the efficiency of workflow between various branches and locations of the organization. However, it is imperative to realize that the transfer of knowledge constitutes an interactive, reciprocal, bidirectional process that encompasses not only knowledge transfer from HQ to international branches, but also vice versa, from the subsidiaries to HQ. Goals related to knowledge management and transfer are mutual learning, acquiring and exchanging of insights and information, and collective knowledge development, promoting skill development, advanced proficiency, and enhancing abilities in all locations worldwide. So what constitutes a successful international assignment? Initially defined and predetermined organizational objectives were accomplished as per the project agenda. The expatriate did not prematurely end the international assignment, and the company is successful in the continued retention of the employee after his return while successfully implementing the career progression plan as outlined prior to the assignment. However, the success rates are fairly low and are around 40%. Reasons for failure. Research has shown that poor preparation, ambiguous or vague cultural training and adaptation programs, lack of proactive mentoring initiatives and host country support, ineffective or inadequate HR policies related to international assignments, including insufficient assistance with the associated bureaucracy and a deficient repatriation program. International assignments are very expensive and cost approximately between $250,000 to $1 million per assignment. Therefore, it is imperative that the reasons for failures are investigated and solutions that contribute to increasing successful assignments are explored. Therefore, for Phase 1, I recommend defining specific organizational objectives and goals, along with metrics that will enable management to assess the level of success at various points of the process. A budget should be created and a preliminary ROI should be calculated to determine whether the successfully attained goals outweigh the overall costs and make a significant overall difference. Alignment of identified organizational goals with all business units and departments, especially HR, are crucial. Creating and designing specific policies and procedures that proactively support the international assignment and ensure the expatriate will be considered an investment throughout the entire process. Since the Global Mobility Program is a resource-intensive strategic tool, the company must identify and define a specific goal and outline measurable organizational objectives related to Andrew's international assignment. The main objective here is the expansion of their global tax consulting team to increase their international competitiveness, client base, and potentially enter new markets. This goal can be achieved by exposing already experienced tax managers to global markets, expand their global mindset, and facilitate a deep comprehension of the cultural context, nuances, and intricacies of the specific target market. Also related to the bidirectional knowledge transfer, Andrew will assist in streamlining global strategies, strengthen relationships, and optimize the efficiency between global offices. The international assignment will increase his global leadership skills and prepare him for future roles. In addition, Andrew is a valuable employee who possesses specific tacit knowledge that must be retained and disseminated within the global context of the company. Let's look at some facts and research regarding global mobility programs. As discussed previously, the main purpose of international assignments is usually tied to furthering organizational objectives, and success is typically assessed by work output, productivity, and whether targets are reached. However, international assignments are associated with a high failure rate, around 40%, and occur when employees return home before the assigned tasks were accomplished or the expatriate leaves the organization for a new opportunity altogether. Underachievement and poor results are typically related to the assignee's difficulties in understanding responsibilities and job requirements in their new setting, inability to adjust to local culture or lifestyle differences, as well as facing challenges related to language and local mentality, or problems related to their family. It is imperative to avoid failure as costs are approximately 4 times of a regular employee. The majority of expatriates are male and the duration typically spans 6 months to 5 years. There are 3 major support systems that are crucial in the success of expatriates in their international assignments, namely the organization itself, the host country nationals, and their spouse. Typically, the international assignment involves three main segments, which include the pre-assignment phase, the assignment itself, and the repatriation phase. And each of these consists of several subcomponents and stages, and each containing distinct internal changes and challenges. Expatriates highly value career path planning, effective ongoing training and mentoring, an overall supportive home and host organization, and unambiguous policies related toward their assignment as motivators and factors that directly contribute to a successful assignment. In addition to compensation considerations, the sense of accomplishment, appreciation, recognition, as well as clear future career path and opportunities related thereto also played a vital role in the determination of success. Overall success of the mission also depends on the expatriate and starts with the careful selection of the most appropriate individual who needs to be motivated intrinsically as well as extrinsically by comprehensive compensation packages, family assistance, and a wide-ranging support system, as well as clear and concise, well-designed policies outlining career progression after return. Including an annual trip to the expatriate's home country in the compensation package has also been linked to success. Also, cultural mindset and framework play a significant role in determining success, along with intercultural skill development, cultural competence training, as well as promoting language proficiency. Culture can be considered as a collective psychological framework and orientation system that formulates and defines individuality and distinctiveness, as well as defining cognition and behavior, and interacting with another culture triggers substantial internal changes within individuals and in the way they think, interpret, and respond to situations. Therefore, individuals who are more social, team-oriented, and display a more collaborative work style tend to be more successful in adapting to their new environments. Furthermore, internal coping mechanisms and adaptation techniques related to how individuals deal with stressors are a significant factor in the process, and the same should be considered at the outset when selecting employees for assignments to ensure a successful transition that will benefit both the assignee and the company. Thus, a carefully crafted and purposeful selection process should be implemented to ensure a well-qualified, suitable expatriate and family is chosen who can handle the international assignment. Designing and implementing HR policies and programs. Because expatriates also need to be extrinsically motivated, it is crucial to create very attractive compensation packages regarding monetary compensation and to also incorporate psychological factors such as recognition, opportunities, social rewards, and professional skills. It is imperative that HR consider Hofstede's dimensions when selecting and preparing employees for assignments by creating programs that encourage interaction and immersion into different cultures, foster cultural exchange and interaction, as well as proactively encourage a mindset that embraces cultural diversity by designing intercultural experiences through job rotation, internal mobility, and collaborative group projects. This will mitigate the effects of culture shock. It is crucial to increase organizational commitment, engagement, and job satisfaction, as this has a significant positive effect on the retention of employees as well as the success of the assignment. One way to accomplish this is by supporting assignees with individualized and tailored guidance to navigate dynamic career challenges and obstacles, as well as allowing the employee to have autonomy over their job and career decisions. Also, assistance and support in achieving a feeling of connectedness and acceptance within their new environment is crucial. Designing and implementing HR policies and programs. Generally, any policies should enable all other business units to function and interact efficiently to shield the expatriate from potential administrative burdens and hurdles and warrant a smooth process. Organize ongoing mental health support programs for the assignee and his family that provide guidance throughout the duration of the assignment and that can assist with any questions and potential obstacles encountered in everyday life. Continue to include the expatriate in home country communications and acknowledge and openly recognize achievements. This can be accomplished through emails, company newsletters, or the intranet. Create an overall work culture and framework in which employees, including expatriates, are actively and purposefully shown they are valued and appreciated, openly display their sincere care about their workers, as well as design a healthy company culture that fosters meaningful and supportive relationships and positive interactions between workers and management. Research has shown that applying this type of support can significantly aid in their adjustment and thereby increase their performance. Implement policies that allow for autonomy regarding the expatriates' decisions and assigned tasks, as research has shown that this will help them adjust to their new environment. Focus on implementing skill and performance evaluation programs, developmental and learning opportunities, as well as career advancement plans. Since expatriates should be considered an investment, their progress in furthering organizational objectives must be monitored throughout the assignment. This will also increase the expatriates' motivation and commitment to the mission. Include the spouse and family in all decisions, as spousal support has a significant effect on the success of the assignment. Furthermore, it is recommended to create and implement appropriate policies and programs months in advance, and the same should be specific and tailored to the individual expatriate and the specific host country and culture. Intensive and comprehensive training programs in preparation for expatriation with a focus on cultural assimilation and language to foster integration and the comprehension of cultural nuances are imperative. These programs should be ongoing throughout the entire assignment. In addition, there should be opportunities for technical and managerial training with the overall goal of developing the expatriate for a promotional role, as this can have a significant effect on the success of the international assignment. Cross-cultural and diversity training should also be implemented at the subsidiary in the host country in order to prepare the local workforce for the expatriate and to ease his integration into the team. The assigned mentor at the regional office can further increase the local employees' global mindsets to reduce potential hurdles in accepting the foreign manager. Furthermore, the host country and mentor should welcome the expatriate in the same way they would integrate any new employee, including a formal introduction and full social integration into the local workplace. Host country workers and local employees can support expatriates by helping them understand unofficial behavioral norms and implicit rules that would not typically be taught by headquarters or outlined in a corporate policy. By understanding and internalizing the country's social code, expatriates will fit in better with the rest of the employees and thereby increase their performance. Collectivist cultures usually have a commendable support system for expatriates, and an expatriate entering Japan has higher chances of being integrated into a supportive and caring environment and therefore more likely to succeed on their assignment. The selection process should be based on formulating an individualized and tailored selection program based on the overall goals and type of assignment in the country, and then identify appropriate selection criteria. It should be a diligently structured and systematic selection process based on transparency and candid communication. Character and personality traits. The selection process starts with finding the most suitable employee and family regarding relational, social, and coping skills, as well as cultural intelligence, awareness, and competence. Of course, technical expertise is important. However, personal attributes and a global mindset are equally as important. According to research, the most essential characteristics include an unprejudiced disposition, being tolerant and open-minded, having a flexible perspective, and being receptive to new and different ideas, possessing a high level of self-esteem, to better deal with obstacles and cultural diversity and being social, culturally adept, conscientious, and dependable. HR should conduct assessment tests and interviews with the potential expatriate as well as his family to determine whether they are a good fit for the assignment. Additionally, the company should actively communicate with the candidate and discuss all related aspects of the assignment to enable the expatriate to make a more informed decision about whether this assignment is the right choice for him and his family and whether he believes he can adjust to the cultural differences. HR should also provide specifics regarding performance measurement during the assignment and a detailed explanation of company goals and how the employee will contribute to the same and what exactly is expected. Also, they should outline a clear career path after their return. They should also provide detailed information in an interactive communication process and include family in all discussions and decisions. This process should be very thorough and not be rushed, and commence months in advance of the assignment. Also important during the selection process is the consideration of individual motivators. It is imperative to consider the motivators and individual mindsets of the potential assignee because research has shown that these can also substantially impact and affect the success of the assignment. More specifically, there's a significant positive correlation between the type of motivation and the subsequent job satisfaction, commitment, engagement, ultimately job performance, and the level of success of the mission. In particular, one should differentiate between self-initiated and assigned expatriates, as their underlying motivations and internal goals can substantially affect the outcome of the international assignment. Self-initiated expatriates usually are internally motivated by success factors related to learning and development, whereas assigned expatriates are more likely interested in their internal organizational advancement. Assigned expatriates typically are more connected to their jobs and thus are more likely to display increased performance as compared to self-initiated expatriates. Research suggests that this can be related to the fact that self-initiated assignees are more focused on their own personal and individual development and gain, whereas assigned expatriates are usually more integrated into the organizational culture and interested in supporting and furthering company interests and overall organizational goals instead of their personal motives. Training and preparation. After the selection process, a contract should be drafted that includes all agreed upon details regarding the assignment, as well as the compensation package, performance assessment methods used during the assignment, and the related objectives, and a detailed repatriation plan, including specifics about his career path after return. Based on the notion that the attainment of organizational objectives and goals is largely dependent on the expatriate's ability of grasping and managing cultural variations, it is recommended that the organization creates a wide-ranging and extensive training and preparation program far in advance of the international assignment, addressing cultural diversity and nuances, and include the family in this process as well. Furthermore, cultural subtleties are incorporated and integrated in all interactions and processes. Therefore, developing and fostering cultural intelligence is essential to increase success and decrease failure rates. Thus, it is crucial to realize, appreciate, and identify the cultural differences between the home and host country and to directly address, tailor training, and openly communicate about them. It is also recommended to organize a preliminary visit to explore the country prior to expatriation for additional assessment of the candidate's and his family's capabilities and chances for success. Furthermore, it is imperative to tailor the training according to Hofstede's cultural dimensions and the particular culture of the country the expatriate's family will be moving to. Particularly important are the assigned mentors. Mentors should be assigned during all phases of the international assignment in both home and host country. During the pre-departure phase, the mentor can assist the potential expatriate by providing first-hand information from their own international experience and help with the decision-making process related to accepting the assignment. They can also help with establishing contacts in a social network, assist in preparing for the assignment, as well as clearing up any issues associated with the same during pre-departure. They can also provide career-related advice regarding development and job opportunities within the organization. Clear and formal HR policies and procedures should be in place regarding mentorship programs to ensure a successful execution of the same. Approximately 75% of expatriates feel disconnected during and towards the end of their assignment, as well as experiencing anxiety due to being left in the dark related to their future within the organization upon their return. During the assignment, the home country mentor should stay in close contact with the assignee, as well as keep him or her apprised of developments within the organization and potential job opportunities the expatriate would qualify for upon return. Ongoing mentoring during the assignment by local employees and assigned mentor at the subsidiary can provide practical cultural advice related to the host country to further adjust and enhance their global mindset and understanding, as well as fully integrating into the cultural and social framework and norms of the particular location. Andrew was selected because he holds specific, intricate tacit knowledge, and it was determined through assessment tests that he and his family are well suited for the assignment, as they possess character and personality traits that are correlated and aligned with successful outcomes of international assignments. The HR policies and program are clear, concise, and individualized, and the contract will also include details regarding repatriation and Andrew's career path planning. He will receive a promotion at the conclusion of the international assignment. Currently, he is a tax manager responsible for tax compliance and consulting services regarding business restructuring and exemption strategies, and he is in a salary band spanning from $123,000 to $163,000, and is currently maxed out at the top end of this range. At successful completion of the international assignment, he will be promoted to senior tax manager and lead an international team of global tax experts, and will be tasked with identifying and evaluating potential legislative changes and any potential impact on current tax strategies and business structures of clients, as well as systematically adjusting the same accordingly. Furthermore, he will be able to enter a new salary band of $131,000 to $199,000. Additionally, his contract also contains details related to performance evaluation during his assignment, and which metrics will be used to assess the progress he's making working towards achieving the assigned mission. Planning and preparation. Andrew has already met his new team virtually and will meet them in person during the preliminary visit to the host country, and he will be placed on international teams through a job rotation program to further expand his intercultural learning. They will be assigned a mentor and ongoing psychological support, as well as an additional support team at the home and host countries during all stages, including pre-assignment, on-assignment, and repatriation phase, that focuses not only on Andrew but also on Angela. The team will also handle all applicable administrative tasks related to their relocation, including immigration, visas, Angela's employment situation in Japan, school choices and enrollment information for Aaron and Ava, and details regarding health insurance. Furthermore, they will receive individualized, ongoing language and intercultural training. Analysis of Hofstede's cultural dimensions regarding Japanese culture and training recommendations. It is critical to have a global mindset and apply HR strategies and practices, including and especially in global mobility programs, within their distinct cultural context. Otherwise, their implementation can be ineffective and unproductive, or even lead to conflict within the organizational climate. Power distance. The Japanese score high on the power distance dimension, and focus is on hierarchy and uneven distribution of power between managers and staff. Superiors and managers are well respected. They're in charge, make decisions, and oversee and direct the work of their subordinates who are not seen as equals. Since the US scores low on the power distance dimension, Andrew will need training regarding the importance of highly respecting his superiors and not treat them as peers or attempt to override their instructions or oppose their opinions and ideas, as this will detrimentally affect his work relationships and compromise his mission. The mentor should emphasize the importance of the hierarchy and structure at the Japanese location and Andrew's position therein, along with helping him internalize the importance of following the implemented existing rules instead of attempting to make changes. As far as managerial training is concerned, Andrew will be expected to be assertive and expect subordinates to follow his directives. However, he will also need to be fair and polite and maintain harmony in his relationships with others. Japan is a collectivist culture. They're interested in the success and well-being of the group and how each member can maximize his contribution to the team effort. It is expected to make individual personal sacrifices, such as working overtime instead of taking time off. Moreover, it is typical to further socialize with work colleagues and teammates after a long day at work to foster group cohesion and harmony. They're strongly interested in achieving consensus and to avoid conflict in their decision-making process. Thus, meetings are critical and are typically very drawn out as each person's input is appreciated and valued. This is in stark contrast to individualized cultures such as the US, where individual success and progress is the primary focus. Andrew will need to be trained regarding shifting his mindset from an individualistic focus to considering and prioritizing the group and its internal harmony, and being open to others' opinions, as well as long and detailed discussions regarding a perfect solution that respects and includes everyone's perspective. Working long hours could potentially lead to problems within his family unit, so he and his family will need to be prepared through open communication regarding the same and supported as necessary. The socialization after work will benefit Andrew and his family, as this will increase and ease their integration into the Japanese culture and decrease cultural and language-related barriers. The mentor will encourage the couple to actively attend these events and assist with coordinating childcare options. Masculinity. Similar to the US, Japan scores high on the masculinity dimension, as they are motivated by maximizing and optimizing performance, value competitiveness, commitment to their career, and hard work. Long-term versus short-term orientation. While the US generally has a short-term perspective related to profits and increasing stakeholder benefits, Japan is focused on the long-term outcome of strategies and align their activities accordingly. Andrew's mentor will train him to see the bigger picture and the value of planning for long-term results. Indulgence versus restraint. Again, the focus is on long-term goals and resisting potential desires of shorter-term profits, especially if this compromises the long-term strategy. Since the US is more indulgent, Andrew will need training and learning patience and staying on the path of reaching the long-term objectives. Japan scores very high on the uncertainty avoidance dimension. The Japanese tend to avoid situations that are ambiguous or seem to contain unknown aspects or risks. This affects Japanese decision-making and pay structures, as the base salaries would typically be higher and bonuses low, whereas in the US, people tend to be more open to uncertainty and thus the base pay can be lower with room for potentially substantial bonus payments if predetermined goals are achieved. In Japan, pay increases would more likely be linked to seniority, which constitutes another difference for Andrew to learn and appreciate. Additionally, HR will need to ensure that his pay is adequate and not negatively affected by the cultural differences in pay structure makeup. In addition, Andrew will need training in communication, especially in communicating openly and transparently with his peers and subordinates, as not doing so could potentially lead to mistrust due to their high uncertainty avoidance focus. Communication. Research suggests that variations in the ways cultures communicate and the associated styles such as open or frank versus subtle communication, and the distinct ways by which certain countries reach determinations, provide input, give constructive criticism, express viewpoints, state positions, and share perspectives, is the most significant factor in managing cultural differences, and it is recommended to provide specific communication and dialogue training, especially in cases of an assignment to countries in which conversation and interactions are distinct from home country norms and traditions. Japan has an indirect communication style, and confrontational communication is to be avoided in order to increase harmony and positive relationships. Since the US communication style is more direct, Andrew will need intensive situational training, simulations, and role-play training, as well as coaching on how to interpret body language, expressions, and demeanor. Next is the administrative preparation related to visas and information regarding the immigration process and other required documents, housing, options related to their current house in their home country, education and school options for the children, healthcare, pay, providing tax advice, and assisting with opening bank accounts, and details regarding the logistics of relocation, such as is a storage unit needed or will a container be provided, and spousal career planning. It is essential to have an experienced HR team manage this process. Research also emphasizes the well-being of one's family as another crucial factor in enhancing chances for success, with education and healthcare options representing the most important aspects in affecting intrafamilial happiness and thereby the outcome of the expatriation. Psychological preparation of the expatriate and his family regarding the various emotional stages they will encounter during the international assignment are essential. During this next phase, the expatriate and his family are on assignment in the host country, where the assignee is working on the delegated mission. It is crucial to have an assigned mentor during this phase, as well as programs and policies that encourage the expatriate and his family to be included in social events to further reduce cultural barriers and increase the understanding of language, as well as social nuances. Research has shown that implementing these types of methods will help increase job performance and overall assignment success, and at the same time reduce failure, such as interrupting or aborting the assignment due to the inability to integrate and an overwhelming feeling of isolation. Both local and headquarter HR departments should support the employee, and is recommended to strengthen the relationship between the various departments to enhance their combined ability to better assist the expatriate and his family. The assignment phase also includes several sub-stages, starting with the honeymoon, which is a blissful period of enjoyment and a positive outlook and fun exploring the new environment. This phase is followed by culture shock. This is when the family will most likely become homesick, and mentors and social contacts are very important, as well as training regarding creating open-mindedness, reducing any preconceived notions and biases, and building resilience will aid in reducing culture shock and ease the adaptation and adjustment process. The last stage is the adaptation, and consists of cultural integration and assimilation, and the expatriate and his family embrace the new culture. Repatriation is the last stage of the international assignment, and programs and processes need to be in place to ease the reassimilation of the expatriate to the home country. It is critical to also focus intensely on this last stage of the international assignment and develop a detailed plan and policies early on, and incorporate the same in the HR policies that outline the international assignment conditions, because the period after the expatriate returns to his home country are associated with very high turnover and range in the 20 to 50% within the first year of their return. Returning from a host country back to one's home country is a complex psychological endeavor that must be carefully considered and planned to ensure successful reintegration of the assignee. In fact, the repatriation process can be further subdivided into additional smaller processes, including anticipation, which represents the formulation of expectations regarding the return, followed by accommodation, which compares expectations to the faced reality, and finally the adaptation subphase, in which unique reactions to one's situations are formulated that determine the trajectory of the future path of the employee. Once finalized, the returning employee may fully return to the original outset and stay with the company, develop a negative mindset associated with a conflicting mentality, or a complete disassociation and eventual withdrawal and leaving the organization. Therefore, this final step in the cycle is crucial to ensure the employee will continue to constitute a valuable asset and remain an integral part in the organizational success. Thus, it becomes clear that repatriates require particular attention, and an enhanced focus and careful consideration should be given to the reintegration programs. The corporate environment and the overall organizational climate significantly affect the repatriation process, along with the quality of relationships and the repatriate's professional standing and integration within the organizational structures. Psychological support is still necessary for repatriation, as the assignee and his family have changed due to the encountered experiences and will need assistance with readjustment to the home country culture. It is important to acknowledge and recognize the effort the expatriate and his family have made, provide career opportunities and assignments in which the repatriate can use his newly acquired skills and knowledge, and to measure business success with specific metrics such as determining the return on investment. It is a critical phase in terms of retention and avoiding the loss of knowledge that was gained during the assignment, along with important relationships built abroad. If the employee leaves, the investment is lost. The repatriation process must begin early, some as early as the initial planning phase, to allow for a diligent, meticulous, and systematic preparation for return related to all aspects, and include detailed discussions and communications regarding outlining a clear career path and progression after returning home to avoid uncertainty and ambiguity. Due to the newly acquired skills during the assignment, most returnees do not wish to return to their old position, but would rather apply their new skill set and make a career transition. Thus, if not provided by the home company, the employee may consider exploring other options and leave the organization. In addition, the repatriation process should also include assistance with establishing or re-establishing community and interpersonal connections, as well as support regarding relocation, housing, and schools. Summary and conclusion. A global mobility program is a strategic organizational tool that must be built upon a foundation of systematically identified objectives, as well as measurable metrics related thereto, in alignment with all business units and in a framework of methodically coordinated HR policies, practices, and programs that directly and proactively support the organization, host country, and spouse, and span all stages associated with the international assignment, including pre-assignment, on-assignment, and repatriation phases, as well as taking crucial factors related to the engagement of the employee, namely by incorporating detailed career path planning, effective ongoing training and mentoring, an overall supportive home and host organization, and unambiguous policies and recognition for their contribution into consideration to maximize effectiveness and efficiency. Next, the expatriate is identified in a well-planned, deliberate, and systematic selection process that considers technical as well as personal qualifications and characteristics through assessment tests and interviews. After that, the expatriate and his family are paired with a home and host country mentor, ongoing psychological support, as well as individualized and tailored cultural training based on Hofstede's dimensions and distinct cultural context of the host country. Additionally, the preparation phase entails a preliminary visit to the host country, as well as specific job rotation programs to further increase cultural assimilation and the managing of any administrative tasks related to the family's relocation. During the assignment phase, the family will receive ongoing and emotional support from both home and host country and will be proactively prepared for the repatriation process ample time in advance, including a detailed career path plan for the expatriate. After return, the organization should assess the success of the assignment by evaluation of predetermined metrics and acknowledge and recognize the expatriates for his dedication and effort. Thank you for watching my video presentation regarding designing an effective global mobility program. Following this slide are the references I used in my research. Thank you.